On December 21st, 2023, I watched a YouTube short titled Dreams of Lamar and the Ravens Winning the Super Bowl. In the video, Omarion Williams mentions having 5 dreams about Lamar Jackson winning the Super Bowl. I actually wasn't looking for the video. My friend Nancy sent me a different prophetic video of his. After watching that, I decided to check out his channel and see what else he had posted. The video about Lamar Jackson immediately caught my eye. It blew me away because I had messaged a friend and my father only 8 days prior, confidently telling them Lamar Jackson would win the MVP. When I sent those texts, I hadn't heard anyone else talking about Lamar as the MVP, and he certainly wasn't the odds-on favorite. It came to me as a premonition on December 13th while I watched the highlights of the Ravens vs. Chargers game from Week 14. Surprisingly, the revelation had nothing to do with Lamar's positive plays. 5 days later, on December 18th, my YouTube feed was flooded with sports shows promoting Lamar Jackson as the MVP after the Ravens defeated the Jaguars. This surge in people promoting Lamar as the MVP prompted me to text my dad and friend again, sending them screenshots of these videos and playfully dubbing myself as the NFL prophet. I mean, when mainstream media runs a segment on football and faith, it's pretty much confirmed. Am I right? Despite the growing recognition, Lamar Jackson still wasn't the favorite for MVP. It wasn't until the second to last week of the season, Week 17, that he ascended to that status. So, I predicted Lamar would be MVP 2 weeks before he became the favorite. However, Omarion Williams revealed that his dreams of Lamar winning the Super Bowl began all the way back in September or October. And at this point, Lamar being announced as the MVP on February 8th and the Ravens winning Super Bowl 58 a few days later is highly likely. Now, the lingering question is, if God has prophetically revealed these things about Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, why? Isn't football just entertainment at the end of the day? I'll propose a few possibilities. Firstly, this isn't the first time the Holy Spirit has spoken to me about football. When I shared one of these previous times in my members section, one of my channel members said, "They're God's children too." It was so simple yet profound to me at the same time. Despite our perception of sports as mere entertainment, it's crucial to remember that real people, loved by God, are playing these sports. Perhaps God has a message for or about Lamar. Secondly, in years past, prophetic figures like Bob Jones have received insights based on the Super Bowl. Teams involved have been used as symbolism for what God is doing. While there's undoubtedly biblical symbolism related to things such as Ravens and the number 8, Lamar's jersey number, I won't delve into that in this video. I'm just presenting it as food for thought. Lastly, believe it or not, the observation that convinced me of Lamar's MVP status during the highlights of the Ravens vs. Rams game actually involves a mistake by Lamar. The highlights typically showcase key plays from each possession of the game. My spidey sense started tingling when I watched the Rams score a touchdown, and then the very next play shown, the Rams had the football again.
Second and goal. Stafford slings one sidearm. It's Davis Allen. He's got his first NFL touchdown. Flags fly. Rams give him another shot. His best.
I was like, wait, that's not how football works. The Ravens should have the ball now. If they don't, it means an important play, such as an onside kick or a turnover, has happened. But they didn't show it for some reason. As it turns out, Lamar Jackson threw an interception, and that's how the Rams got the ball back. But why didn't they show it in the highlights? It's definitely a key play. This made me wonder if Lamar might be a pre-selected or preferred MVP, and if that played a role in omitting negative plays to shape a specific narrative. At first, it sounds silly, but when my dad shared this commercial with me, maybe it's not so foolish.
Dynamic duos.
Check.
Nightmare matchups. Check. Team of Destiny. Check.
Team of Destiny. Check.
That ad is weeks old, well before the playoffs started. and they literally showed Lamar Jackson when they mentioned the Team of Destiny. The official NFL promos at the season kickoff humorously spoofed the conspiracy theory of the NFL being scripted. Well, if you know, like I know, they like to put the truth in your face through media, and they often do it with comedy so that it's taken as a joke rather than the truth. Do I think every NFL drive and game is scripted in the same way every scene from a movie is scripted? No. But is it possible that the NFL, being in the entertainment business, may use officiating and other means to influence outcomes and provide the best entertainment possible for their fans to increase their bottom line? Absolutely.
Some of you guys still think the NFL isn't scripted. Just take a look at these wildcard matchups. First on Saturday, you have the Browns and Texans, the two teams of the Deshaun Watson trade. Deshaun's replacement in Houston, CJ Stroud, is having the greatest rookie season ever. And in his first playoff game is hosting Deshaun's team while Deshaun isn't even playing. Oh, and if the Texans lose this game and the Browns advance, Joe Flacco, the Browns' new quarterback, will be facing the Ravens in the divisional round, the team he previously won a Super Bowl with. Then, right after that game on Saturday, you have Tyreek Hill going back to Kansas City. A couple years ago, the Chiefs didn't want to pay Tyreek, so now in Miami, he's had over 1,700 yards the last 2 years. And now his team has a chance to knock out Mahomes in the wildcard round for the first time ever. Those two games are crazy, but we're not even close to being done yet. On Sunday, you have Green Bay coming to Dallas. The Cowboys coach Mike McCarthy is playing the team he won a Super Bowl with, and if he loses to them, he will probably lose his job. And finally, after that, you have the Rams coming to Detroit. Not only are the Lions hosting a playoff game for the first time in 30 years, they're playing against the greatest quarterback in their franchise's history. Matt Stafford and Goff were traded for each other because the Rams didn't think Goff could win a Super Bowl. Now, 3 years later, he gets his chance to prove them wrong.
So, could God be highlighting the deceptive, profit-seeking nature of sports? It's possible, especially with the massive growth in sports betting. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments, or check out the video on screen. YouTube has specifically selected it for you.